Forget New Year, New You. This season is about slowing down, locking the doors, and cozying up at home with the one you really want to do nothing with. Your dog. After the holiday chaos, those quiet nights with a blanket, a podcast, and your pup feel like the reset you actually need. Ollie helps make those moments easier with fresh protein-packed meals made from real human-grade ingredients, so your dog can enjoy some quality comfort food too. Choose from 5 recipes and get a personalized plan for your dog's needs. Meals arrive perfectly proportioned with a scoop and storage container, so serving is fast and mess-free. And with Ollie's in-app on-demand health screenings, supporting your dog is easy, ensuring more cuddles for many years to come. Visit ollie.com/truecrime and use code TRUECRIME for 60% off your first box.
Charles Jones was out celebrating his 26th birthday on June 23, 2024.
He didn't know as he was out with friends celebrating his birthday that he was being watched, that he was being followed. He was being stalked.
It was about 4:30 a.m. Jones was reclining in the front seat of a Dodge Charger in a hotel parking lot in Tampa, Florida, while his friends went inside to see if they could get a room. It was near the end of a night of partying at multiple nightclubs. Assistant State Attorney Scott Harmon told a jury that Jones's killers had planned his execution for days.
A plot that had been hatched between them with every single one of their collective evil intentions directed into one common purpose, one common goal: the premeditated murder of Charles Jones.
Prosecutor Harmon said Jones only saw his killers for mere seconds as they rapidly closed in on him, dressed from head to toe in all black with ski masks on.
As Charles Jones sat there in the front passenger seat of his Dodge Charger, their plan came perfectly together. He was now the perfect target, caught completely, entirely off guard, completely blindsided. As these gunmen appeared, seemingly, you will see in this evidence, out of nowhere, a perfectly planned ambush.
He said the killers didn't hesitate. The 3 men moved into their firing locations and unleashed. Charles Jones was instantly killed. 3 of his friends were wounded but survived. The killers fled. About a month later, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Sean Gathright, Isaiah Chance, and Alicia Andrews were all arrested and charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. News of Charles Jones's death and their arrests made the rounds on social media, drawing hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of views.
He was a certified celebrity. Charles Jones had millions of followers on social media, if not tens of millions of followers.
Charles Jones went by the rap name Julio Foolio and was wildly popular in the industry for his drill rap. The first to go on trial for his murder was Alicia Andrews. She was being tried separately, the only one of her co-defendants to not be facing the death penalty. There was a lot of evidence the prosecution presented that pointed to the co-defendants as the actual shooters. But with today's episode, we're going to focus on the evidence they presented that they say points to Alicia's involvement. Now, Alicia's defense claimed she knew nothing about a murder plot and was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But would the jury believe her, or would they determine her to be a cold-blooded killer? This is Jillian in partnership with Law and Crime. You are listening to Court Junkie. You know what I recently noticed? There's one thing that remains a constant in pretty much every single outfit I have worn lately, whether I'm working from home, at the gym, or out to a holiday dinner. And that's Honeylove. I now own everything from their underwear to their super comfy bras to their supportive shapewear. I especially can't live without their CrossFlex activity bra, and I have 3 of these that I'm constantly rotating. It's supportive for those of us with bigger chests, but it's also unbelievably comfortable and cute. I wear it to the gym, out to lunch, or when I'm chasing my toddler around at home. They also have this new Cloud Embrace bra, which is a perfect gift for yourself amidst all of your holiday shopping. It's a modern wireless t-shirt bra with sturdy, lightly padded foam cups that feel like a cloud against your skin. And if you're in the process of planning your holiday outfit, there's no more perfect undergarment than Honeylove, whether it's one of their bras or their shapewear. One thing I love about their shapewear is that it doesn't roll down due to flexible boning comfortably hidden in the side seams. It's dance floor approved for New Year's Eve. Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand. All Honeylove products are designed by women who actually wear them. Treat yourself or someone you love to Honeylove this holiday season. Right now, you can save 20% at honeylove.com/court. Just use our exclusive link, honeylove.com/court, to grab your discount. After you order, they'll ask where you heard about Honeylove, so please support our show and let them know we sent you. Celebrate the season feeling confident and comfortable with Honeylove. I'm a 2 cups of coffee a day kind of girl. In the morning, I like to enjoy a hot cup right when I get out of bed and before the chaos of the kids waking up. And then in the afternoon, I'm feeling more like a latte, which is where Laurel's Lattes comes in. For the last few months, I've been enjoying a Laurel's latte pretty much every afternoon. I've been keeping inventory in my fridge at all times. Most canned lattes taste either too sweet or kind of fake. Laurel's is the first one that actually tastes like something I would get at my favorite coffee shop. They use simple ingredients and A2 dairy, which a lot of people find easier to digest. Look for Laurel's in the grab-and-go cooler at Whole Foods. The classic vanilla latte is my personal favorite. It's balanced, not overly sweet, and just a really good everyday pickup. And they have other flavors too, like their dirty chai latte. So if you want a canned latte that tastes really darn good, grab a Laurel's. I keep buying them because they simply taste better. Give it a try the next time you're at Whole Foods, or you can get them online too at drinklaurels.com. That's drinklaurels, LAURELS.com.
What did Charles Jones do to these defendants that was so bad that would cause them to confederate, to conspire, engage in this coordinated, planned attack?
Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that Charles Jones was a member of an organization known as 6 Block, which he said is a street gang that exists in Jacksonville, Florida.
2 other gangs in Jacksonville, ATK and 1200, were affiliated gangs. They despise 6 Block. They detest them. They abhor them. And the level of hate between these groups is a mutual hatred. The evidence will show that these gangs have been at war for several years. And when I say war, the evidence will show you this is a war going on in the streets of Jacksonville. The hatred and the dripping animosity of these defendants towards Charles Jones, it ran deep.
He said just 9 months before the murder, in October 2023, Jones had left his residence in Jacksonville in the same Dodge Charger he was killed in. And when he pulled up to a stop sign, a shooter opened fire on his car. He got hit in the lower leg.
Earlier that same morning, a member of ATK, a man by the name of Tilly, was shot and killed at a high school football game. This shooting of Charles Jones was clearly retaliation, but Charles Jones was not the shooter of Tilly. But that didn't matter. So why was he targeted? You won't hear any evidence to suggest that he had anything to do with that shooting. He was affiliated with 6 Block. And you're going to hear in the evidence that he wasn't just a member of 6 Block, he was a notorious member of 6 Block. Probably the most well-known member of that gang. In fact, he was the public face of 6 Block.
Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that drill rap is an activity that Jones embraced and engaged in, using his street name, Julio Foolio.
In this type of rap music, it's not just rap, it's disrespect. It's making fun of and disparaging not only ATK and 1200, the opposing gangs, but disparaging their members by name. Disparaging, and probably most incendiary you will find in the evidence, bragging about the death or deaths of other ATK 1200 members who have been murdered. As I said earlier, make no doubt about it, this is a gang war. Mr. Jones, you will see in the evidence, not only produced this music, he produced music videos. Videos where he would travel to the gravesides of these individuals, or a graveside that was used in lieu of their graveside, and do things during the video like lay on their graves and sing around their graves and use sarcastic lyrics in his songs, pour champagne on their graves, rubbing it in the faces of ATK and 1200. And ATK and 1200 were no better. They did the same thing. You're going to see videos from members of that gang. One young man in particular, Kenyatta Bullard, known on the streets as Young and Ace, who produced not only songs about 6 Block members who had been murdered. In the days after the murder of Charles Jones, he produced a song just within almost 48 hours and put it up, talking about the murder of Charles Jones, the specific facts of it.
He said this type of thing created a vendetta. Jones's murder was revenge, he told the jury, after Jones ridiculed the killer's gang and their friends and family members. Video surveillance of the hotel parking lot where Jones was shot was shown to the court. Prosecutor Harmon pointed out a silver Chevy Cruze that drove past where he was sitting in his car.
This car driving by, that is the spotter car. That is the surveillance and reconnaissance vehicle. This is just before the shooting happens. And you're going to see that car come right back by. It goes down, does a 3-point U-turn, and comes back. And now we're mere seconds away from the attack on the Charger, on the attack on Mr. Jones.
The driver of the Charger and 2 others were also shot but survived. Prosecutor Harmon described Jones's placement in the car.
He was leaning up against the dashboard. You may have seen in that photo, on those videos, but you'll see it during the trial. Look for it. His feet are up on the dashboard. He's leaning back. He's on his phone. The evidence will show trying to find a hotel, trying to find lodging for them. He barely has time to pull his feet down. The evidence will show he attempted to jump into the back seat, to go through and across the center console. Before he could do that, one of these rounds smashed into his chest, and that round tore through his heart, through his lungs, and through the largest vein in the body, the aorta, a gigantic artery that supplies blood up and down your body. And when he turned and kind of flipped over to try to crawl into the back seat, he took 2 more rounds to his back. Those rounds ripping through not only the muscles of his back, but into his liver. These shooters, as you've just seen, leveraged surprise. They leveraged it in this attack to make sure that Mr. Jones didn't stand a chance, to make sure he couldn't evade this attack. Not this time. This time he was going to be killed.
Prosecutor Harmon detailed the investigation into the murder, saying it was confusing to investigators at first because the guns that were used had modifications to them.
Officers end up driving down to the south end because it's brought to their attention that there are impacts and broken glass all over the south end of the home to suites where the shooting actually happened or began. And the first officer who gets there comes into the scene and he notices all of these 9mm pistol casings laying in the scene. And he's looking at the impacts and he's already seen the Charger. And he's wondering, where are the rifle casings? Where are they? Well, you're going to hear in this evidence there were no rifle casings, even though 2 rifles were firing at a high cyclical rate in this attack. They weren't there because these conspirators modified their rifles. They put what are called brass catchers on the rifles to catch the brass, the shell casings being ejected from these AR-style rifles. They modified them, just like they modified that Glock pistol, made it fully automatic.
He said the murder conspiracy started with Jones posting a flyer on his Instagram about his upcoming birthday celebration. It was going to be at a place called Club Teasers on June 22nd, 2024.
He is making it very well known when he puts this promotion out where he's going to be, what address he's going to be at, and when he's going to be there. This is another flyer that he put up. 8 p.m. to 3 a.m., June 22nd at Teasers. He even puts a photograph here of Tampa. My Airbnb pool party. DM me for address. And my official birthday party at Club Teasers gives the address again. So he's advertising his whereabouts.
Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that Alicia Andrews' verified Instagram account contacted someone 2 days prior to the murder, inquiring about an Airbnb in Tampa.
This is the beginning. She's trying to find lodging. Trying to find lodging for this operation.
He said Rashad Murphy, one of the alleged co-conspirators, confirmed the reservation and sent an ID over. Prosecutor Harmon played a Ring camera video from the day before the murder from Sean Gathwright's house. Sean is another one of the alleged co-conspirators and accused shooters.
That is Mr. Gathwright walking out with a large duffel bag. And Isaiah Chance walking out with bags. And you'll see they start loading that black car, which is a Chevy Impala. That is the car that goes north in the hotel complex. That is the car transporting the assault team. And they load the bags into the trunk. That BMW on the top of the video there is being driven by Mr. Chance. And you see him bringing out another large bag. They're kitting up and they're getting their gear into their transports. You'll see in the evidence that Mr. Chance ends up leaving in that Beamer. He drives and picks up his girlfriend, this defendant, Alicia Andrews, and brings her back to this residence. And then the 3 of them, Miss Andrews, Mr. Chance, and Mr. Gathwright, get into that Impala, and they drive here to Tampa, and they drive to the Airbnb. And there will be zero doubt about all of that, because that Impala, while it's en route, is being picked up on license plate readers. You will see in the evidence their cell phones are tracking, hitting cell towers as they travel in unison all the way down to I-75, coming across from Jacksonville and heading directly into Tampa.
In the video, Isaiah Chance, Alicia's boyfriend, can be seen tucking a gun into his waistband.
So these 3, Chance, Gathwright, and the defendant, get in that Impala. And they drive. You'll find in the evidence that Gathwright in the middle, Chance, the defendant's boyfriend, are very tight. They were close friends. Mr. Chance calls Mr. Gathwright his little brother. And you'll see in the video when they are loading up, you'll see more video during this trial of Mr. Chance putting in the codes on the front door of the house that Mr. Gathwright lives at.
Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that the Airbnb they booked was just over a mile from the murder scene in Tampa. At about 1:40 a.m. on June 23rd, 3 hours before the murder, Alicia Andrews' phone left the Airbnb and went to McDonald's. In the back seat was Isaiah Chance. Davion Murphy was in the driver's seat. He said they later went to Teasers and parked a bit away from the club so as not to be seen. They had disguises, COVID masks. He said it's the only time Alicia wore a mask in any of the videos from that night.
So first they used an unrecognizable car. And then they use disguises. But what you're going to find, and remember the law and principle, she doesn't even need to be there to be part of this conspiracy or to be a principal. She's there. She drives there with Mr. Chance, and they park in the north end of the parking lot of Teasers. And she doesn't stay in the car. She gets out and she walks with him. You're going to see that. You can kind of see their images in the upper right-hand corner. This is a video. I'm going to play it in a minute. You're going to see him hand her phone to her and her put her code into the phone to open it so they could utilize it to convey what they were watching and seeing. And again, they're out in the parking lot. She was there with them in the field, shoulder to shoulder, in the thick of it, on the ground, in the action.
He said in addition to the COVID masks, Isaiah Chance had a hoodie on over his head.
But again, she didn't stay in the car. She got out. And there was a reason for that. Because instead of allowing Mr. Chance to walk around in this dark parking lot with a hood on and a mask on by himself,
Objection, Your Honor. Argument.
walking.
Well, go ahead. Again, this is opening statement, members of the jury. It's just a chance for the lawyers to tell you what evidence they believe will be admitted in this case. But again, it is not the actual evidence, all right?
But instead of allowing him to walk around in that parking lot by himself, a single man with a disguise on, she went with him because now they would be a couple. They would fit in. They would be non-threatening. So she acted not only helping in conducting the reconnaissance.
Overruled. Go ahead.
She acted as camouflage. She acted as a disguise in and of herself. Now they're a couple. Now it's not just a single person who may be seen as threatening or may draw attention. This is just a couple walking around in the parking lot in a club where a lot of people are milling about in groups. She provided that by being there in the field with them. She provided that cover and that camouflage. And she provided, obviously, a second set of eyes to watch. Both of them surveilling and watching Mr. Jones and his entourage. And then, as I just mentioned a minute ago, she provided the comms, the communication, her phone. Now, you're going to see in the evidence, Mr. Chance's phone is tracking all the way to Tampa from Jacksonville. And it's tracking at that Airbnb. It's hitting off a nearby tower, but it's her phone they're utilizing, you will find in the evidence.
He said they were using a different type of app that night to communicate, and they were staying away from text messages or phone calls. But at one point, Sean Gathright wasn't responding to them, so they had to text him, "Pick up your phone." Charles Jones and his friends arrived at the first club at 2:22 a.m. They left at 2:46 and walked out to the parking lot. At 2:47, the Impala, the assault team vehicle, as Prosecutor Horman called it, pulled in. He said there were a lot of people there, a lot of potential witnesses standing around in the parking lot. From there, Jones and his friends left in 3 separate cars to go to another club, Teasers. They went inside. Jones started a live stream, again advertising his location. Prosecutor Harmon said meanwhile, Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews can be seen on video outside, conducting more surveillance. Her phone was to his ear. Jones and his friends then walked out of the club. Across the street, the Chevy Impala pulled into a parking lot. Jones and his friends left in their cars. Prosecutor Harmon noted that there were a lot of people milling about here, too. The Chevy Cruze and the Impala eventually followed them into the hotel parking lot. Prosecutor Harmon noted the importance of Alicia and Isaiah in the Chevy Cruze.
That car wasn't anywhere to be seen when Mr. Jones and his entourage were going in there. But the Chevy Cruze was there with this defendant and Mr. Chance providing critical intelligence to them with this defendant's phone.
He said the Impala went and parked, setting up for the shooting and keeping out of sight, while the Cruze drove around to confirm where Jones was. Video then played of the shooters running up to Jones's car and firing. The following day, the ring footage from the Airbnb showed all alleged co-conspirators leaving to head back to Jacksonville. Rashad Murphy, Isaiah Chance, and Alicia Andrews took an Uber. Prosecutor Harmon said Sean Gathright, who was driving the Impala, didn't go back to Jacksonville. He drove to his grandma's house and switched cars. He's seen on video wiping down the Impala. He then leaves the Impala there and takes his grandma's Toyota 4Runner. He drives that to Orlando, where he goes out that night to a club. He posts a photo of himself drinking Don Julio tequila,
which is a diss to Charles Jones. Charles Jones, Julio Foolio, was known in all of his social media to drink Don Julio. That's where the name came from. He was notorious for that.
Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that Rashad Murphy, Isaiah Chance, and Alicia Andrews arrived at SeanGathright's house in Jacksonville. Sean wasn't yet back from his grandma's. On video, they can all be seen unloading the car. 2 days later, Rashad Murphy was arrested in Gwinnett County, driving the same silver Chevy Cruze. Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that on June 21st, the night before the murder, Rashad Murphy had stopped at a Walmart in Jacksonville to buy a burner phone and was wearing clothing consistent to the clothing worn by the Glock switch shooter during the murder. Prosecutor Harmon then showed the jury that Alicia's phone records show her phone was at the murder scene.
She identifies herself as being in that Chevy Cruze, but you don't even need her own words. You can see it in this evidence. She's in that Chevy Cruze, providing the critical last second intelligence to the shooters, to the assault team as they drive out of the parking lot. Those shooters, when they came around the corner, and the evidence will show, directed their fire directly at the passenger side of that Charger. They knew exactly where Charles Jones was.
He told the jury that on June 26, 2024, just days after the murder, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office pulled over Sean Gathright in his grandma's 4Runner for a traffic infraction. They ended up searching the car. Inside, they found Glock magazines, an extended magazine, components for AR-15 rifles, magazine holders, and a box full of empty shell casings. They also recovered 2 boxes of 9mm ammunition, the exact same ammunition as the 9mm shell casings found at the scene. The shell casings were sent to the FDLE crime lab. They matched the casings found at the first shooting of Charles Jones when he was shot in the leg. They were fired from the same weapon, he said. A search warrant was executed at Sean Gathright's house. In the sink in a bucket of water, there was torn-up packaging, all firearm-related. They also found brass catchers, which goes on the end of a firearm and catches the shell casings. Prosecutor Harmon said investigators determined that Sean Gathright was the weapons man on the team. He was the one who provided the guns. He noted that the Glock firearm that was used was never recovered. The following day, officers arrived at Isaiah Chance's residence and placed him under arrest for Jones's murder. Alicia Andrews was then brought out of the house and arrested. Months later, Davion Murphy was arrested. Prosecutor Harmon showed a photo of him seated at the edge of a truck, hands cuffed behind his back, a huge smile on his face. He was arrested after being pulled out of an apartment in Jacksonville. Prosecutor Harmon then put up a photo of Alicia with long red hair and false eyelashes, wearing a crop top and standing in the middle of some palm trees.
Now, why am I showing you this photograph of the defendant? This is the defendant. This is Miss Andrews.
Back at the defense table, Alicia, with her now dark hair pulled back into a tight bun and wearing a suit jacket, whispered with her attorneys. Prosecutor Harmon told the jury that Alicia followed Charles Jones, watched him, encouraged her co-defendants by her actions and words, and tried to find lodging for them. He said she assisted in every way, and then afterwards defended the conspiracy. In his opening statements, Alicia's attorney, Life Malcolm, told the jury there is no evidence whatsoever that Alicia killed Charles Jones, wanted him dead, or did anything to help that group of men kill him. He told the jury they aren't just there to deliver a verdict, but to right a wrong. And so are we, he continued.
There are a few things that you should keep in mind throughout this trial. 1, on the weekend Charles Jones was killed, Alicia Andrews was on a weekend trip with her boyfriend with only one agenda: to be with her boyfriend. 2, Alicia Andrews is not in a gang. 3, with the exception of her boyfriend, Alicia Andrews did not know any of those men in that group, and none of those men in that group knew Alicia Andrews. As a matter of fact, if there was some conspiracy, Alicia Andrews was not in the loop because she was not in the group. 4, Alicia Andrews is not a part of the drill rap culture, nor the drill rap scene. 5, Alicia Andrews did not have any physical evidence on any weapon displayed by the state. You would not find DNA, fingerprints, no physical evidence whatsoever linking Alicia Andrews to this case.
He said there is no evidence whatsoever to support a case against her. He said they are there because of the perception of the facts by one man, the lead investigator, Juan Ramos.
Detective Juan Ramos had only worked homicide for about 4 months when he got this case. Became a homicide detective in February. This murder happened in June. His first time as a lead detective on the case, and he lands perhaps one of the biggest homicide cases that the Tampa Police Department has seen in a while. Not by any merit, not by something he did to deserve it, simply luck of the draw. The Tampa Police Department handles 40 to 60 homicides a year. They put their detectives in rotation. And so, luck of the draw, Detective Ramos gets this case.
He told the jury that Detective Ramos jumped to conclusions about what he saw of Alicia in the surveillance videos. For example, when he saw video from a McDonald's that night prior to the murder, he noticed Alicia wasn't wearing a mask, but she was wearing a mask later when she was on video in the club's parking lots, allegedly surveilling Charles Jones.
And surmises that she must have had the mask on to cover her face at Teasers because she didn't have a mask on at McDonald's. But perception is not reality. Again, he sees Alicia Andrews with her boyfriend at Club Truth 18 walking with the mask on, surmising once again because she didn't have a mask on at McDonald's, but did have a mask on as she walked towards the club. She attempted to conceal her identity with that mask at Truth 18. Ladies and gentlemen, perception is not reality. It's just some human decision. Reality, however, is immovable.
He said in 2024, Alicia learned she could be pregnant. So during her on-again, off-again relationship with Isaiah Chance, she and Isaiah decided to take a trip. They decided on Tampa. He said some of Isaiah's friends ended up going with them. On the night of June 22nd, going into the 23rd, they went to the club and got out of the car they were in. He said Isaiah demanded that she give him her phone to use, and she did. He said she knew it was in her best interests to give him her phone.
And so she does. Isaiah Chance uses Miss Andrews' phone all the time, whenever he wants. Nothing new, nothing strange whatsoever to Miss Andrews. Give me your phone, here's the phone. So he asks for the code to unlock the phone, and Miss Andrews gives him the code to unlock the phone. Nothing new, nothing strange, nothing suspicious about this at all.
He said in the surveillance videos from that night, the men are dressed all in black, but Alicia is not.
Everybody's coordinated, dressed in black, covered from head to toe. Isaiah Chance, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Sean Gaithright. All of them except Alicia. She wasn't in the loop.
He said there's no indication whatsoever that Alicia was on some kind of surveillance mission. He told the jury that Alicia wasn't necessary for the trip. He said those guys didn't need her to commit the murder. She just went to be with her boyfriend. He asked the jury to stay focused and to listen to the evidence in the case. He said Alicia did not know anything about the conspiracy to kill Charles Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, listen to the evidence in this case. Be the wisdom. Right the wrong. And render the only verdict that the facts and the law in this case supports. That Alicia Andrews, not only beyond a reasonable doubt, is not guilty. Alicia Andrews is innocent. Alicia Andrews is innocent. Alicia Andrews is innocent.
Ever feel like your money just disappears each month? It's easier than ever to overspend. From subscriptions piling up, that seems to be a big problem of mine, to impulse buys after seeing an ad on your phone. Oh, look, another problem of mine. To ordering takeout a few times a month. No comment. Rocket Money helps you rein it in by showing you where your money is going and helping you make better decisions so you can keep more money in your pocket. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It's actually pretty cool. Rocket Money shows you all of your expenses in one place, including subscriptions you forgot about. If you see a subscription you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Personally, I had a mind-blowing amount of subscriptions I had signed up for months ago and that I no longer want or need. And so it was super helpful to see it all laid out like that for me. Their dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a way that's easy to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/court today. That's rocketmoney.com/court. rocketmoney.com/court. Multiple witnesses who were there the night of Charles Jones, aka Julio Foolio's murder, testified for the prosecution about what they experienced. Some witnesses requested to the court that their identities be protected. Others testified openly. One witness was sleeping in the backseat of the car Charles Jones was in that night. He didn't hear gunshots, but felt the car hit something. He looked up and saw the driver covered in blood and Jones, quote, laid up. He said the driver was yelling, "Fuck." He said he got out of the car and went inside the hotel. He was trying to go get help, and that's when he noticed that the driver had been shot, and so had he. He showed the jury the scar on his arm from the gunshot wound. He said he used the driver's phone to call the police. He broke down in tears on the stand, so much so that the prosecutor asked if he was okay and wanted to take a break. He said he was good, although he continued to cry. The judge ordered a brief break, and then court continued. The witness testified that he knew of Isaiah Chance before this happened. They followed each other on Instagram. He didn't know the other suspects. Another witness was supposed to go to Tampa that weekend for a girls' trip. They ended up at an Airbnb with a cousin of Charles Jones and someone her friend was talking to. She said she had never met Jones before, but was aware of who Julio Foolio was. She got shot that night too, also in the arm. None of the witnesses knew Alicia Andrews. One witness who did know Alicia was one of her best friends, whose identity was concealed to the public. The friend testified that she has known Alicia for over a decade. She said Alicia was dating Isaiah Chance for about 2 or 3 years prior to the shooting. She met Isaiah a few times.
Did Alicia Andrews ever mention to you that Isaiah Chance was in a gang?
She mentioned that there were rumors that he was in a gang.
And when did she mention that? When was that conversation? Was that before June of 2024?
It was before June of 2024, but I can't give you a specific date.
Did you previously say that you thought it was in January or February of 2024?
Yes, I did. I was throwing out dates.
And she specifically told you that she was aware that he was in a gang. Is that correct?
She was aware that he was tied in or affiliated within a gang, yes.
Do you remember what gang that was?
I believe it's NHG.
Okay. And is that a gang in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes, it is.
And you yourself living in Jacksonville, Florida, you are aware with a rapper by the name of Foolio, Charles Jones, the victim in this case. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And that is a name that you have been familiar with for a very long time. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Approximately how many years have you known or heard of Foolio, Charles Jones?
Since like 2016, so I would say going on a decade.
Multiple text messages between the friend and Alicia from 2021 were read out loud to the court. Many where they talked about the gang war, how everyone kept killing each other, and about Julio Foolio specifically. Here's one of the excerpts the prosecutor read.
And then the defendant then texts back to you, and this is January 21st of 2021, 8:39 a.m. Girl, I don't like Foolio. LMFAOOO, ugly ass bitch. He need to die. And SHID, that was Will Friend, and then FUCK, that code, and SHIT, bitch, he shot me and my friend died, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it. What's she saying there? What's she talking about?
Well, she's referring to somebody that had just died that we know.
In this gang war?
Yeah, we're basically just gossiping.
Okay. I understand that, but who was
girls.
it in this gang war that she personally knows?
Personally?
Yes, you're saying that you're talking about a friend that just died.
Will, that was the only person that we both know.
On cross, the friend was asked to reiterate the date on those text messages.
2021.
January 2021?
Yes, sir.
Alicia's still in high school?
Yes, sir.
She's 17 years old?
Yes, sir.
This is almost 5 years ago.
Yes, sir.
She said it was just ignorant gossip between the two. Detective David Elverson is a detective with the Tampa Police Department. He walked the jury through video from the parking lot where one of the shooters, dressed in black and wearing a mask, can be seen shooting at the car where Charles Jones was. They were able to trace the Impala, the car that was used in the shooting, back to a residence where, on video the following day, June 23rd after 6:39 p.m., a man could be seen removing items from the car.
Was the individual there in the video identified as Sean Gaithright?
Yes, sir.
Did it appear he was removing items from the trunk?
Yes, several bags from both the trunk and the passenger compartment of the vehicle.
Could you see where he was taking them?
He appeared to be taking them inside of the garage of Miss Allen's house.
Miss Allen was Sean's grandmother. Detective Alverson said police spoke with her and obtained the video footage from the house. The video from Miss Allen's driveway continued to play in court. Sean Gathright can be seen wiping the inside of the car and periodically talking on this phone. A warrant was issued for the vehicle and it was searched. Detective Alverson said the car and house belonged to Sean's grandma, Miss Allen. He said a little later, after Sean was arrested, he attempted to interview Sean in the presence of Sean's mother, but he was uncooperative. The Uber driver who gave Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and Rashad Murphy a ride from the Airbnb in Tampa back home to Jacksonville the day after the murder also took the stand. He said he picked up 3 people and made the 3-hour drive with them. He was asked if there were any issues with them, and he said no, they were relaxing. He said they talked a little here and there. At 2 points, they asked him to slow down and not to speed. He assisted them in removing their bags from the vehicle, but didn't notice anything strange. Detective Benjamin Bors with the Cybercrimes Unit testified about what he found on Alicia's iCloud. He showed the jury a screenshot of a map with directions. According to the metadata, it was taken on June 23, 2024 at 2:58 a.m. Another photo on the phone was of a parking lot from outside Club Teasers, one of the clubs Charles Jones was at that night. The metadata shows it was taken at 4:10 a.m. on June 23rd. Data from various Instagram profiles was also displayed to the jury. It showed that Alicia's Instagram profile followed the rapper Youngin Ace, who the prosecutor had said in his opening statements was a rival of Julio Foolio, but Youngin Ace wasn't following her. Her profile was also following Julio Foolio, but Julio's account was also not following her. A text conversation from April 2023 from user Alicia Andrews 03 at yahoo.com was also shown. One person, presumed to be Isaiah Chance, wrote, "You want to go one day?" Alicia responded, "Yeah, it's in the town center." Isaiah wrote, "Ugh, I hate there." When Alicia asked why, Isaiah wrote, "I don't like the town center." Alicia wrote, "You hate everywhere. We don't gotta sit in." Isaiah then said, 23 got killed in the town center. That's why I don't like it out there. Then, I don't like thinking about it for real, so when I do, I switch moods like an MF. Alicia responded, "Well, we don't have to go there if it's going to bother you. I forgot about it." Detective Juan Ramos was the lead detective in the case. He testified that he learned about the rivalry between the gangs connected to the victim and that some rival members may have traveled to Tampa and committed the murder. He found the ads posted on Charles Jones's Instagram 8 days prior that said he would be at Teasers in Tampa. In viewing the surveillance footage at the scene, he said he was able to see the suspect vehicles, the Impala and the Cruise. He conducted an extensive license plate reader search and explained the technology they have to do that.
So we have a system, the couple systems, Flock, Recore, are just a couple of those ones we use. And what they are is it's a database that you can go on and research, and it has access to cameras spread out all over different jurisdictions within Florida, cities, counties, on the highway. So basically, if you drove from Jacksonville to Tampa, you would probably pass many license plate readers throughout the drive.
And these license plate readers that are throughout Florida, do they have the ability to take a photograph of the license plate readers when it is identified?
Yes, a camera would scan the plate, and then there would be a photograph of the actual vehicle and the plate at the date and time that it was scanned and taken.
Now, you said that they're all over Florida. There are some on the highways and the roadways. Is that correct?
Correct.
Could it be a still-mounted camera that is on the highway above a traffic light?
Correct.
Can it also be mobile? Can there be license plate readers that are attached, for instance, to tow trucks?
Yes.
So they can be, there's various different locations all throughout the state of Florida that has this technology. Is that correct?
Correct.
He said they found out who the suspect vehicles belonged to, and found the vehicles themselves. The black Chevy Impala was registered to the mother of Sean Gathright. As for the silver Chevy Cruze, he described how they found that car.
Once we had the black Impala identified, there's a variation that you can run in the system called the convoy feature. And what we would want to see is if any other plate hit at the same tag readers that the Impala hit at the same time in multiple locations, indicating that they're traveling together. And we did find a silver Chevy Cruze 2018 with a tag number of 30B NRI that hit at multiple LPRs with the Impala.
Did you learn who the silver Chevy Cruze with the tag number 30BNRI belonged to?
Yes, Jasmine Glennon.
Does Jasmine Glennon have a relationship with any of the co-defendants in this case?
Yes, she shares a child in common with Shaheem Murphy, the brother of co-defendant Rashad Murphy.
Also cousins to Davion Murphy?
Correct.
Both vehicles were located on June 26th. Meanwhile, an alert was put out for a gold Toyota 4Runner, the car Sean was now traveling in. They eventually found that and searched it as well.
Were there other items of evidentiary value to this homicide that occurred here in Tampa, Florida, that were located in the Toyota 4Runner that Sean Gathright was located in 3 days after this homicide occurred?
Yes.
What was that?
Like I mentioned, just the amount of ammunition and firearms accessories that were similar in nature to some of the ones seen on the rifles located on the video camera from the scene.
He went over more surveillance video for the jury. At 3:27 a.m., Charles Jones and his entourage can be seen walking up the stairs to get to a club called Truth 18 after they had gone to Teasers. A silver Cruze then arrived. Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance can then be seen walking through the parking lot. Jones and his friends are either still inside the club at this point or at the top of the landing.
And again, did you watch all of the video footage and angles that were in this strip plaza as well as the door leading up to Truth 18?
Correct.
Did the defendant, Alicia Andrews or Isaiah Chance, ever go up those stairs and enter into Truth 18 that night?
No, they did not.
Jones and his friends left the club and can be seen walking down the stairs a little bit after that. Then the black Chevy Impala pulls into the lot.
I'm going to show you State Sorting into Evidence 75C6 from the Apple iCloud of the defendant, Alicia Andrews. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And this was a screenshot that was recovered from her iCloud. What is this? What is this a screenshot of?
So this is a screenshot of the camera pointing at the front of Truth 18, the two-story building with the lit up top portion there being the club.
In viewing the video footage from Truth 18 and the parking lot, did you see this gentleman in that coverage?
Yeah, I was able to align the video footage and saw where that gentleman was walking through the parking lot to get the time of when this photo was captured.
Okay, and what was the approximate time of that?
It was in the time frame that Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance were there for a little bit after 4 a.m.
And this would have been taken from her device, is that correct?
Correct.
And it is pointing in the direction, is this up here? What is this area?
So that's the top of the stairs where the victim came up. That's that area there.
And can you see that there are actually people up in that area at that time?
Yes.
And when you compared it to the video footage of the parking lot where you saw this gentleman, where was the victim's party at this time?
Most of them were inside.
And how close in time was it to when the victim and his party went up those stairs and entered into Truth 18?
Approximately 10, 15 minutes.
So whoever was holding her device actually took a photo of the door. Is that correct?
Correct.
Additional video surveillance clips were shown to the jury. The day after the murder, outside the Airbnb Alicia and her co-defendants stayed in, Alicia can be seen leaving, carrying bags. Detective Ramos said they didn't see her carry any bags when she first arrived there. In the footage from Sean Gathwright's house, the jury saw that the day prior to the murder, Sean and Isaiah Chance were in the driveway, removing bags and items from one car, bringing them into the house, and then loading them into the Impala. Detective Ramos said Isaiah Chance then left to go pick up Alicia. When he came back, he went inside while Alicia sat in the car in the driveway. Alicia then went into the Impala. Detective Ramos showed the jury a message between the Airbnb host and Alicia from June 21st, 2024, where Alicia writes, "Hey, could I book for an Airbnb in Tampa?" They go back and forth about dates. Alicia tells her, "Tomorrow, but what do you have available?" When asked how many bedrooms, Alicia writes, "Like 2. The woman responds later, after the group is already in Tampa, saying she only has 1 for tomorrow through Tuesday.
Was her actual phone that was used during this incident that is seen on video at the Airbnb in Tampa, was that ever recovered by law enforcement?
No.
Why not?
She got rid of it.
He said 4 days after the murder, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department alerted him that the cell phone Alicia now had on her was a new cell phone, not the same one she had just days prior.
And when the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office came in contact detectives that were assisting with you, did they say what in particular was happening with her new phone?
That it had been updated, like set up brand new.
And
my objection to speculation about the old phone being gotten rid of.
Okay, so I'll sustain it as to that assertion that she got rid of it. Okay.
He said Sean Gathwright also had a new phone at the time of his arrest, and they weren't able to recover the old one. From the iCloud, they recovered Isaiah Chance sending a message to Sean Gathwright with the address to the Airbnb. Detective Ramos also went over Alicia's phone records for the night of the murder. At 2:08 a.m., Sean Gathwright calls Alicia's cell phone. She is en route to Club Teasers, according to her location data. At 2:31, an outgoing call was made from Alicia's phone to Sean's phone. At 2:32, another outgoing call from Alicia's phone to Sean's. This call wasn't successfully completed.
were there any other incoming or outgoing calls during that time period that were captured on the call detail records?
No, not outside of this.
Was there another source in the records where you saw communication between Alicia Andrews' phone and Sean Gathwright?
Yes.
Where was that?
That was derived from the iCloud backup, so specifically iOS messages that occurred around this time that would not have been captured on these records.
And were they captured on Sean Gathwright's iCloud account?
Correct.
And what was that messaging that was caught?
Yes.
And do you remember the approximate time of that messaging?
Around this time, 2:30 a.m. on the 23rd.
Was there also a sharing of location between Alicia Andrews' device and Sean Gathwright's phone?
Yes.
Now, there were points in time on that video, in that teaser's video, where you could see Isaiah Chance holding a phone. Is that correct?
Correct.
Everett, go ahead.
That particular time frame, what was that time when that occurred?
That was closer to 2:26, 2:27 a.m. on the 23rd.
Did you search in Alicia Andrews' iCloud account, the backup for her phone and her call in her call detail records and Sean Gathwright's phone for any sort of communication that was occurring from her phone at that time?
I did.
Did you locate any sort of evidence of that phone call being made?
No.
Are there other applications on an Apple iPhone that you can utilize to make telephone calls?
Many.
Are there certain applications that don't record or give detailed information of user call detail records?
Without the physical device, we wouldn't see that.
And if that information wasn't backed up, you would not be able to locate that. Is that correct?
Correct.
Also recovered from Alicia's iCloud backup, that picture of a map with directions. It was sent from Alicia's phone at 2:58 a.m.
And do you recognize this map up here?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury what it is?
Yeah, this is a, like if you had your maps function on your iPhone active and you're getting directions to go somewhere, and it depicts the major thoroughfare of Hillsborough, east and west, and then northbound on Nebraska, with the very next point to get wherever they're going being South Castle Street, which is the street that Teasers is on.
He said at 2 a.m. as they were en route to Teasers nightclub, Alicia's phone shared her live location with Sean Gathwright's phone. At 2:31, her phone shared it again and wrote, "N-word, pick up the fucking phone." Detective Ramos said that at that point, Alicia and Isaiah were inside the Silver Cruise in the Teasers parking lot. A couple seconds later, the same message was sent from Alicia's phone. At 4:25 a.m., Alicia's phone sent her live location again to Sean's phone. Detective Ramos said the Silver Cruise was near the Home 2 Suites, where the shooting occurred at this time. He noted that this was approximately 1 minute after Charles Jones and his entourage had arrived in the hotel parking lot.
So now we have jumped where they are close to the time when the victim is killed. Is that correct?
Yes, this is approximately 15 minutes before the shots are fired.
Detective Ramos showed the jury the cell phone mapping records for Alicia's phone. It shows her movement from Jacksonville to Tampa the weekend of the shooting and back. Alicia was interviewed by Detective Ramos on July 9th, 2024, weeks after the murder. No one had been arrested yet. Detective Ramos repeatedly told her he believed she was guilty and showed her several clips from surveillance videos, including from the Airbnb they had stayed at and the McDonald's they went to prior. He asked her why she wasn't wearing a mask while in the car at the drive-thru, but was later that night.
And what did she say in reference to the mask?
Two separate things. At first, she said that she was worried about getting sick because of her pregnancy status. And then the second thing was that she uses it to block the smoke at clubs.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 78, the McDonald's video. Who's that at the window in that silver Chevy Cruise?
Co-defendant Davion Murphy.
Okay, can you take a look and watch what he's doing? Can you tell us what he's doing?
He appears to be smoking a Black & Mild.
Okay.
During the interview, Detective Ramos showed Alicia the video outside Teasers.
What did she say specifically she was doing there?
She said she went to the Teasers Club potentially to patronize it, to go inside, and claimed that she went up to the bouncer at the front door, asked how much it was to get in, and after hearing the price, they decided not to go into the club.
Did you confront her with the video footage at the Teasers video?
Yes.
And after you had told her that she never did that, did her reason change as to why she didn't go in?
No.
Did you also talk to her about the Truth 18 video?
Yes.
And what was the reason why she gave for not going into the Truth 18 video?
That Isaiah Sanchez doesn't like packed places. But she also claimed to have gone up to the bouncer and inquired about going in there as well.
And did she ever go into the Truth 18, up those stairs that lead up to Truth 18?
No, she did not.
Have any contact with any of the bouncers or employees that were inside of the Truth 18?
No, ma'am.
He showed Alicia the cell phone mapping of her phone that night, along with photographs of Sean Gathwright. He said Alicia claimed she had no idea who Sean was.
At some point, who did she say she was staying at the Airbnb with?
She said the only people staying at the Airbnb were her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, and who she referred to as his little brother.
Did she ever identify who the little brother was?
No.
When you showed her that photograph, State's Exhibit 36B, did she ever say she knew anything about him?
No.
And did she say she could could she identify who was in 36B?
She said she didn't know.
Okay. How long is the trip from Sean Gathwright's house to that Airbnb?
Approximately 3 to 4 hours.
How long was she in Tampa at that? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
From the time when she arrives at the Airbnb until the time that she leaves the next day?
Approximately 17 hours.
When Detective Ramos brought up Charles Jones, Alicia didn't indicate that she knew who he was. And when detectives referred to her boyfriend Isaiah Chance by his street name, Gutta, she said she had never heard him called that before.
Were you aware at the time when she said that she didn't know or understand why you were calling her boyfriend Gutta that she had 2 tattoos of Gutta on her body?
I was not.
Did she ever show you or acknowledge to you that she had a tattoo of Gutta down the center of her chest?
No, she did not.
Did she ever tell you or acknowledge or show to you in that interview or before or after the interview that she also had Gutta tattooed on the side of her ear?
No, she did not.
Alicia maintained her innocence throughout the interview. The prosecutor showed Instagram messages between Alicia and her friend from July 6, 2024, after the murder, where they talk about Alicia's phone. Alicia writes, LMAO, I'll have them bring me tomorrow or Sunday, though. His mom asked me, did I want to get dropped off earlier after we left the place trying to get our phones? Then, he keep telling me to wait a week. That's why I've been sitting. The friend writes, just have them bring you tomorrow. Then, why wait a week? Alicia writes, to make sure no police sitting around before I go there. The friend then writes, oh, well, come tomorrow. Have them bring you. Then, you should have had her bring you earlier. Alicia responds, yeah, but I didn't have my clothes. Would have had to come way back, so I just waited. Later, the friend asks her if she got her phone. Alicia writes, no, the lady said the detective said we have to wait, but I guess until his charge drop. But that's weird. It was only resisting arrest. The friend says, well, let them keep that phone. Alicia responds, yes, that's what I said, LMAO. It was a whole diff one. Oh, well. A few days later, on July 9th, Alicia's friend writes, police here looking for you. Alicia responds, where are they at now? The friend writes, waiting, and then outside. Alicia writes, oh, okay. The friend then writes, oh, never mind. Alicia asks, what do you mean? The friend says she doesn't see them anymore. Alicia writes, they're somewhere waiting, probably.
Did you know that Charles Jones was going to die on June 23rd of 2024?
No, I did not.
Did you have any involvement in Charles Jones's murder?
No, I did not.
Did anyone tell you anything about a plot to kill Charles Jones when you went to Tampa?
No, they didn't.
22-year-old Alicia Andrews took the stand on day 8 of her murder trial. She said she met Isaiah Chance towards the end of 2021, and they started dating on and off. When asked if she saw any gang activity while she was in high school, she said she saw it online. They would go live, she said.
And when you say they are going live, who is they?
The victim in this case, he would go live, and I guess the other people that didn't like him.
All right. And who are the other people that didn't like him at that time?
The individual that goes by Young and Ace.
Okay. So they would go back and forth on social media?
Yeah, along with other people.
Was this popular conversation in school?
Yes.
She said she didn't have any personal connection to anyone who died in the gang wars. She would just see about it online. She said in the beginning of her relationship with Isaiah, it was good, but then he changed. He started to become more controlling. She said she didn't know any better and would listen when he told her to do something.
Other than just having controlling ways, did Isaiah Chance ever put his hands on you?
Yes.
How many times?
I wouldn't say I was counting, but it's been a few times.
Do you remember the first time that it happened?
Yes.
When was the first time that it happened?
Back in like 2021 at his house.
What happened in that situation?
We were arguing over the phone. Like, he wanted my phone and I wouldn't give it to him. And that was the first time he ever like snatched it, and he ended up hitting me.
Hit you how?
With a closed fist. And I was kind of like just blocking myself and saying stop.
All right. Were you standing up? Were you on the ground?
I was on the bed, the edge of the bed.
All right. And how did it stop?
His mom came in. He was telling him like to back up off me. And he was like, no, she good. And he closed the door.
She recalled having bruises, and she said he wouldn't let her go home. He didn't want her parents to see them. She told the jury he did it a few more times, including a couple days before they went to Tampa. She said she got a phone call from someone he didn't like her talking to, and he was angry about it, telling her to get in the car.
When you got in the car, what happened?
He drove me to like a park, and he stopped and he was like, let me see your phone. And I said no. But he ended up grabbing it. He was telling me to unlock it, and I wouldn't unlock it. And that's when he repeatedly hit me to unlock the phone.
Photos of Alicia with injuries on her face were shown to the jury. She had sent them to a friend. A photo of a cracked iPhone was also displayed for the jury. Alicia said that was from a time when Isaiah threw her phone to the ground and broke it.
How often or how many times did Isaiah chance to break your phone?
From 2021 to 2024, maybe 4 times.
Alicia's attorney showed her messages Isaiah had sent to her from throughout the relationship. In one, he writes, "Stop fucking posting yourself, goddamn." And then, "What the fuck do you keep advertising yourself for?" She tells him she isn't advertising herself, and he tells her to delete it. She said she took it down. She didn't like to cause conflict between them. She said when he would get upset, he might hit her, depending on who was around them. Her attorney asked her about the Airbnb she inquired about prior to the Tampa trip. She said she messaged the lady because Isaiah had told her to. She didn't know why he wanted her to do that. She didn't end up booking it. When she got a message back, she told Isaiah, and he said somebody else had already booked it. She later learned Rashad Murphy had booked it, but she didn't ask any questions at the time. She said early on June 22nd, she called Isaiah, and he told her he might be going out of town that day. She told him she wanted to go.
What did you know about the trip?
Nothing much.
All right. Did you know who was going?
No, at the time he just said me and him. He told me to pack my stuff.
Where were you at when you had that conversation with him?
I'm at home.
Do you know where he was?
No.
Did you come to find out where he was?
Yes.
All right. Where was he at?
He referred to him as his little brother. He said his little brother's house.
All right. And how did you find out that he was at his little brother's house?
When I arrive and get in the car with him, he drives to someone's house, and I said, "Why are we here?" He said, "We're going to ride with my little brother."
All right. When you say little brother, who is that? You know
Sean Gathright.
She said when they got to Sean's, she just waited in the car. Then Sean and Isaiah got in and they left. They went to a gas station, then some apartments. Sean and Isaiah got out of the car and shook hands with 2 other guys who were there. Then they got back into the car. They went to another gas station and then headed to Tampa. When they got to the Airbnb around 8 p.m., the guys got out and she stayed behind on her phone. When she got out, she didn't see them anymore. She said before Isaiah got out of the car, he told her where to go when she was ready. She went to the first door as instructed and knocked. She was asked if she cared that there was a Ring camera recording her, and she said no. Isaiah let her inside. For the next few hours, she was upstairs on her phone and trying to find a show on Netflix. The guys left for a bit, and she didn't know where they went. She was hungry, so they decided to go to McDonald's. She said she got into the front passenger seat of the Cruise, as instructed to do so by Isaiah. She assumed Isaiah would drive, but Davion Murphy got into the driver's seat. Isaiah got in the back. She said she had never met Davion Murphy before, and he didn't say anything to her.
At this time, had anybody told you anything about Foolio?
No.
Were you searching Julio's Instagram account that night?
No.
Did you even know he was going to be in Tampa?
No, I did not.
After they went to McDonald's, they went to Club Teasers.
You did not go in the club, but why did you go there?
We're thinking about going in there.
Whose idea was it to go to this place?
Isaiah.
And did you follow his idea?
Yeah, he said he was taking me out.
Did you have any reason to think that he was doing anything wrong or illegal?
At the time, no.
When you got to this club, did you all park?
Yes.
And where did you park?
I believe it was the back of the parking lot.
Was that the only space available at the time?
Yes.
And were you driving?
No.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. At any point in time during that night, did you drive the vehicle?
No.
When you get out of the vehicle, what happens?
We start walking, then he stops me and say, "Let me see your phone."
Do you give him the phone?
Yes.
At the time, do you think anything of it?
No, he always has it.
Did he ask you for a code to get in?
Yeah.
And did you give him the code?
Yeah, I did.
Right. Do you know what he did with the phone?
He tried to make a call, I guess. He had it up, but I didn't hear what he was saying.
All right, so let me talk to you about this. Is it weird or strange, anything out of the ordinary, for Isaiah Chance to use your phone to make phone calls?
No.
Had he done that before in the past?
Yes.
Had he spoken to Robert Howard using your phone before?
Yes.
Had he spoken to other individuals using your phone before?
Yes.
Do you know why?
No, but I assumed it's maybe because he don't want him to have his number.
All right. When he would speak to individuals on your phone, would he always speak around you?
No.
Would he sometimes leave the room?
Yeah.
All right. And do you question him about why he's using your phone or why he's leaving the room?
No.
As the surveillance video of the two of them walking in the parking lot played, she said she was wearing a mask because she was pregnant and didn't want to inhale any smoke.
Why did you think that you might inhale smoke?
Because usually the clubs in my city, like the lounges, as soon as you go in, they let you smoke, so it'd be a lot of smoke in there. I didn't know how it was down here, but just in case I wore one.
All right. Did you wear a mask to conceal your identity?
No.
Did you have on a hoodie?
No.
What did you have on?
Some blue jeans, a blue jacket, and a regular shirt.
All right. What type of shoes did you have on?
Some like regular Crocs I designed.
Crocs, almost like slippers?
Yeah.
She said she was just following Isaiah around in the parking lot. She assumed he was trying to call someone with her phone and that person wasn't answering. They ultimately left and went to another club, Isaiah's choice. When they got there, they got out and Isaiah went to the front door and asked how much it was to get in. She said he didn't like the price, so they didn't go inside.
And when you didn't go into the second location, what were you thinking?
Nothing much, like maybe he just didn't want to go in.
They went to Truth 18 next. Isaiah was on her phone again. She recalled him saying, "Man, this shit is crowded," holding her phone up and showing someone on her phone. She said she believes he took a screenshot then.
Even though you didn't know exactly who he was talking to, did you, I guess, figure that it was one of the three men?
Yes, because he also said, "Where y'all at?"
Did he say anything about Julio?
No.
Did he show you a firearm or anything like that?
No.
Did he say anything about wanting to kill Julio in front of you?
No.
She was asked if she ever asked him why they weren't going inside this club, and she said she thinks she did.
And do you want to go inside at this point?
Not really.
Why not?
We already been to two places. It was getting late, so I didn't really care to go nowhere else. He chose that place.
All right. At this point, what do you want to do?
Get some food.
Even though you just ate maybe 3 hours earlier?
Yeah, it was McDonald's. Just some nuggets and fries.
All right, so were you still hungry?
Yes.
And at this time, you're still pregnant?
Yes.
After they left there, she assumed they were going to get food. But then his behavior changed, and he started to act weird. She said he stopped the car in a parking lot and then hopped out. He had her phone again and walked away. She stayed in the car.
Why did you not follow him?
I didn't know he was getting out. He just came to a complete stop and hopped out.
When he did that, did you think that that was strange?
Yeah.
Did you know at that time that he may be trying to kill someone?
No, I didn't.
Did he tell you that?
No.
After he hops out of the car, how long is he out of the car for?
I think it was like a couple minutes. It wasn't very long, though.
Does he get back in the car?
Yes.
When he gets back in the car, do you say anything to him?
No.
Why not?
I didn't know what to say.
Her attorney played surveillance video from the street where their car can then be seen going through a red light. She said she thought he was driving crazy and asked what he was doing. She said he was still looking at her phone and continued to drive. They turned into another parking lot.
Did he tell you to look out for anyone?
No, he didn't.
Did he tell you to identify where Julio Foolio was at?
No, he never told me that.
All right. And how long are you inside that parking lot there in that hotel?
It was very quick. He just turned around.
All right. Did he get out the car and talk to anyone?
No.
Did you get out the car and talk to anyone?
No.
And then after you leave that parking lot, what happens?
He drives off to like 2 streets over.
Well, okay. Do you hear anything?
Yeah, I heard shots.
All right. Tell me about the shots that you heard.
It was like a lot. And I looked at him like my mouth open like you heard that? But he didn't really pay attention to me. He like, what? So I didn't say anything.
After that, what happens?
He waits a little bit, then he drives off back to the Airbnb.
All right. At this point in time, what's going on in your head?
I heard a lot of shots, so I didn't know what went on. Somebody shooting in the air, somebody got shot at. I didn't know.
Did you know that somebody died?
No.
She said they drove back to the Airbnb. They went inside and the other guys were already there, sitting around on the couch. She thought they looked tired. She went upstairs to go to bed. She was asked if she saw any guns, and she said no. The following morning, they got ready and left.
Where did you go?
Back to Jacksonville.
Was it your decision to go back home?
No, but I didn't mind. I was ready to go anyways.
Why?
I'm there with other people I don't know. It wasn't a trip that I thought it was going to be, so I was ready to go.
Did you take an Uber back?
Yes.
And whose idea was that?
Isaiah.
Why did you not take the Impala back?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. He made the decision to go on Uber.
Did Sean Gathright, the one who was driving the Impala, did he leave before or after you? Do you remember?
I think he was after.
Did he offer a ride to go back to Jacksonville in the Impala?
No. I remember him saying he had somewhere to go.
When you get in the... Well, let me ask you this. There's a pink bag that the state's referencing. Seeing you walk out of the Airbnb with it. You remember that?
Yes.
Whose pink bag is that?
Isaiah's.
And why does he have a pink bag?
It's his mom's bag. He just had clothes in it, though.
And were there any rifles in that bag?
No, it was just clothes.
You've seen the rifles that have been in this trial?
Yeah, I seen it.
Can those rifles fit in that pink bag?
No.
Did you look in any of the bags, any of the other bags that were there?
No, I never even seen those bags in the Airbnb. Unless when I was upstairs, they could have brought it in, but I didn't see them when I was down there.
He asked her if she saw anything on social media that Charles Jones had died. She said yes, on TikTok. People were outside recording the hotel parking lot where it happened.
Did you recognize the hotel?
Yeah.
And when you saw that on your social media, what did you think?
I was confused. I'm like, that's probably what I heard, but
All right. And did you ask Isaiah about it?
Not necessarily asked him, but I showed him the video.
And what happened?
He was like, dang, and who page was it on?
Did he at that point tell you anything about him being involved in anything?
No, he didn't.
Did you think it was strange that you were in that area?
Yeah.
Right. At a certain point in time, do you think that the individuals who were there, who were at the Airbnb, that they had anything to do with this?
I mean, at that time, I could say they were being weird, but I didn't think they would know. I don't know them personally to say, oh, they're a killer. Like, I don't know.
Right. And when you say they were being weird, what do you mean by that?
Like, I remember I walked downstairs to get some ice. It's like everybody stopped talking. I'm like, I didn't know what for.
On cross, Alicia was asked about the first time she had said Isaiah hit her. It was when she had talked to a guy he didn't want her to talk to. The prosecutor pointed out that she still had messages and communications with that guy saved on her phone. The prosecutor also brought up the messages she sent to a friend in 2021 about not liking Julio Foolio.
And so you don't like Julio Foolio. That's fair to say back in 2021, you didn't like him.
Yeah, that was my opinion when I was 17 years old.
And your exact words were, he need to die, correct?
Yeah, but I didn't mean it literally. I'm 17 just gossiping.
Okay. But you really are talking about your friend Will, and you're saying, fuck that code shit. If he shot me and my friend died, you're referring to Will and his friend Spaz that died.
Yeah, I was saying he knew probably who killed his friend. He should have spoke up. I'm saying if it's my friend, I'm going to tell who did it.
So you were upset that 6 Block, and you believe 6 Block and Julio Foolio's group were responsible for your friend getting shot, correct?
I mean, that was what was on the internet, and I wasn't upset. I mean, I'm just gossiping. I really don't care, honestly.
She was asked about her text messages with Isaiah about what happened in the town center.
Tell us what happened at the town center.
Some people died in a car leaving Wasabi.
Okay. Young and Ace, correct?
He didn't die, but he got shot.
Young and Ace's group, is that correct? They were in that car.
His cousin and brother, I believe.
And he was the only one that survived, correct?
Yes.
His brother was killed?
I think that was his brother, yeah.
Person named 23, Royal Smith, was killed?
Yes, ma'am.
And Isaiah Chance, he was upset about that, wasn't he?
I mean, I don't know if he's upset, but he would say, like, he's heard about it sometimes.
That is something, a moment that he has shared with you intimately about what happened at the town center. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I mean, I already knew what happened, but he's explaining to me like he don't like to go out there.
Correct, because 23 died at the town center.
Yeah, he believes there's violence out there. You don't want to go out there.
And he was upset about it, right?
I mean, I guess so.
She agreed Isaiah had confided in her about how he was traumatized by his friends' deaths, but she said she wasn't affected by it.
You know nothing about Julio, the big rapper, right?
I said I know what's on the internet. I don't know personally if it's true, who did what.
You know more than what is on the internet. Isn't that true, miss?
No, I actually don't.
You have just read to the jury about different deaths.
That's on the internet in our city. I don't know if it would be in Tampa, but Jacksonville is on the internet.
And also a person you know that's been shot, Will.
Yeah, I went to school with him, so I know.
Okay, so that's not just on the internet. That's something that you lived through, right?
I lived through it. I mean, that's his situation. I just know about it.
And you're dating Isaiah Chance Gutta, right?
Dating him when at that time?
And you know that his best friend, 23, has been killed.
I mean, okay, that's his friend. That's not my friend.
Okay. But you're aware of it, right?
Yeah, I'm aware.
And you know that Tilly has been killed.
Yes, that's his friend. That's not my friend.
But again, you are aware of it, right?
Yeah, it's on the internet.
Overruled. And you know that Bibby has been killed?
Yes, just like everybody else knows.
And you yourself know about it?
Yes, it was on the internet.
And law enforcement are informing you that they are asking you about the death of Charles Jones in Tampa, right?
Yes.
And they are talking to you and they are mentioning that they know the beef between these two groups, right?
Yes.
And your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, is connected to many of the people who have died in this rival gang war.
Yeah, he's connected, not me. So.
But you know about it.
Yes, I know.
And you lied to law enforcement and withheld all of that information, knowing that they are investigating another death in this rival gang war, right?
I mean, in the beginning, they told me to talk about what I want to talk about. I don't have to talk about what I don't want to talk about. And I didn't want to be in the middle of that. I don't know for sure if any of these deaths for real. I looked on the internet. I don't know, so I didn't answer it.
She testified that she's afraid of Isaiah and does things because she's fearful of him. She said she's no longer in a relationship with him, but he might think they are since she never officially broke up with him. The prosecutor pointed out that she still talks to him, sometimes even multiple times a day. She agreed and said she does what she has to do. The prosecutor went back to the trip to Tampa. She questioned why, if it was supposed to be a reconciliation trip, other people would have been going. Alicia said she didn't know they were going to be there.
And you get to an Airbnb and you're only there for a day.
Yes.
And you go nowhere except for 3 clubs. Is that correct?
Yeah, in McDonald's.
And again, not with him and Davian Murphy, right?
Yes.
So what exactly was planned for this trip where you two were going to get back together after fighting?
It wasn't necessarily get back together. It was just to spend time. I didn't have a plan. Oh, we get down here, go here, go here. If we go out, we go out. If we don't, I would be fine with that too.
So now it's not a reconciliation trip.
No, we are getting back cool, but I'm saying it wasn't a big deal to go out nowhere. That was his decision.
You kind of just testified that he didn't spend any alone time with you that entire night, right?
He was up there, but eventually he would go his own way.
Okay.
Alicia was then asked how she dresses when she goes clubbing.
And as a young woman, when you go clubbing, you get dressed up, right?
Yeah.
In fact, on your phone, you had hundreds of photographs on your phone and videos of yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He was wearing, it's June in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
He was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt with the hoodie all the way pulled up and a COVID mask.
Okay.
To go clubbing.
Yeah, you don't really go out, so I don't know what he would typically wear.
And you were wearing what?
I put on a jean jacket. I think I had on the blue pants and a regular shirt.
Is that how you normally go when you're going out for a night on the town to go clubbing?
I mean, no. Eventually, when I first arrived, I had a dress on. But once I realized other people were there, I took that off. So what you see me wearing is what I had on to McDonald's. And we stayed in the car, so I didn't go change. So, I just kept what I had on.
The prosecutor then asked about her gutta tattoos and her lie to police that she didn't know Isaiah by that name. She said she calls him Zay, not Gutta, and insisted it wasn't a lie.
And Gutta, that's his rap name. That's the name that he uses for the gang, right? For those drill rap videos he makes. Gutta.
I wouldn't
man.
necessarily say a drill name. It's just a nickname on Instagram.
But it's something you know, and you do call him that, don't you?
No, I don't call him that.
You just have it tattooed on your body, right? You have it tattooed down the middle of your chest. Gutta, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And that's not the only place. I'm also going to show you States Exhibit 75G. It's there. It's a long tattoo, and it goes all the way down your chest, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're familiar that he calls himself Gutta.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that you have that tattoo on your body, you have never referred to him as Gutta?
No, I still call him Zay.
That's not the only place on your body that you have that Gutta tattoo, is it?
No, I have another one behind my ear.
So
Yes.
not once, twice.
Yes, ma'am.
Referencing Isaiah Chance.
Yeah.
Someone who you're no longer in a relationship, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it wasn't a lie to law enforcement when you said that you don't call him that.
No, it wasn't a lie.
The jury took just over 2 hours to reach their verdict in Alicia's case. They found her guilty of manslaughter instead of first-degree murder. They found her not guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. As of this recording, Alicia has yet to be sentenced. She is facing up to 15 years in prison. Just prior to her sentencing date, which was originally scheduled for December 8th, 2025, her team filed a motion to have the judge disqualified from any further participation in the case. They requested that in the meantime, the sentencing be delayed. No word on when the new sentencing date will be. And that's all for this episode. I will be taking a very short break for the holidays and will return with a brand new episode on January 5th. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year. As always, thanks for listening. Until next time.
Joy to the world, Pluto TV is free with all the best movies. The holidays are brutal, so if you're feeling frugal, stream Pluto TV, stream Pluto TV, stream Pluto TV for free. Stream blockbuster hits like 21 Jump Street, Ted, The Expendables, and so much more on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
The Education Equation with College Board President Jeremy Singer is a new podcast exploring real research, real results, and real strategies that improve student outcomes. Each episode, Jeremy brings in experts and innovators in education who are leading on solutions, technologies, and research-backed approaches that move the needle for students. Ready to dive in? Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Visit theeducationequation.org.